In preparation for me starting the Nutrisystem plan, I actually bought myself a little cooler because I knew there was absolutely no way I could fit all of this food in my standard freezer. I have this little convenient basket which I keep all of these food items that are in plastic bags. And the reason I do that is because these have a tendency to open, and there's nothing worse than picking up a plastic bag and it's empty because the food slid out to the bottom of the freezer. I like having this basket because I know the food will be kept in that one place. You might notice that I have some bags on this side. What I do is I divide my food into bags. Dinner goes in one, lunch in another, breakfast in the third one, and therefore when it's time for me to eat, I grab the specific bag and take out one of the meals. That just helps me keep it organized. Now I'm going to walk you through some of my favorite foods that I've had so far on the Nutrisystem plan.
Before we go any further, if you're new here, my name is Jeff, and this is Jeff Reviews for You. I review a whole lot of products. I specialize in reviewing as seen on TV items. Every once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that is something that aligns with what you're looking for online, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media, Instagram and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now we're going to talk a little bit about my breakfast choice. I often look for the ones that are more portable. I can just grab and go, but they also have omelets and oatmeal and such. Well, let's just get to my breakfast options.
During week 1, I ate only muffins for breakfast. But now that I've moved on to week 2, there are other items. I just wanted to show them to you. So they have a Canadian bacon and egg cheese melt. They have bagels, and then they have my favorite turkey sausage egg McMuffin. They are awesome. Let's open this up and prep it. The directions tell us to wrap our sandwich in a paper towel and then heat it in a microwave on a microwave safe plate for 1.5 minutes. So let's go do that now. Now that we've heated this for 1.5 minutes, we're going to flip it over and heat it for an additional 15 to 30 seconds. I typically do it for 30 extra seconds. After we heated it for an additional 30 seconds, we let it stand in the microwave just to rest, and there we have our breakfast sandwich. Now, sometimes I notice like this is still cold after heating it, so I'll keep heating it for an additional 10, 20, 30 seconds until it's no longer cold. A little pro tip for you is once in a while I'll take a piece of cheese and stick it on there to make this sandwich extra delicious. After heating and then reheating again to make sure the contents of my breakfast sandwich are warm, I still find that right here the bread can be soggy. Can you see that? It looks soggy. So sometimes I also just throw these right in the toaster, makes them nice and crispy, and then of course the sandwich is a lot better.
Now that we're done with breakfast, I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts of this Nutrisystem plan? Have you tried it before? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Now we're going to go right into lunch.
They have a lot of different lunch items, but these are my go-to. They're just like hot pocket type things. They're just food wrapped in a whole grain roll, and you heat them up in the microwave for a few minutes. I will warn you, they are boiling hot lava right when you first heat them up, so make sure you let them sit for a little bit. But these are pretty much what I buy. My favorite are right here, the steak and cheese melt. So we're going to cook this one now, and we'll cut it open to let you see what it looks like. The directions here tell us to wrap this up in a paper towel and heat it for about 1.5 minutes. Sometimes you have to go a little bit longer, but like I said before, just be careful not to burn yourself. Let's go heat this up, and then we'll cut it open to let you see the inside. So our lunch is cooked. Let's cut it open, and you can see the ooey, gooey goodness inside. This is absolutely delicious. Now, might not look the greatest, but it is really good.
After lunch, I'm not so worried about the portability feature, and I go right to a regular meal, whether it's pizza or the turkey medallions. Let's look and see what that's like.
So I referenced the turkey medallions in my week 1 video. So when I don't have a pizza, I opt for the turkey medallions. So what we do here is we open it up. We put 2 slits, about 1 inch long, one over top the turkey, one over top the mashed potatoes, and then we go put this in the microwave and let it microwave for about 2.5 minutes. Let's do that now. Once you're finished with the 2.5 minutes, we peel back, without trying to rip it, we peel back the plastic. And now we're just gonna stir up the contents. You might notice that your mashed potatoes are still a little frozen. That's okay. Stir it up, flipping over the turkey, and then we're going to put on the plastic and then heat it for a little longer. Let's go put it back in the microwave for now 1 minute and 30 seconds. We had just reheated this for an additional 1.5 minutes, and then I let it sit in the microwave for an additional minute, and now our dinner is done. There you have it. In my opinion, the best part of the plan is all the delicious snacks that you get. I showed the ice cream in my week 1 video. They have chips, they have cookies, they have all sorts of things. I tend to stick to the frozen things just because I like it. So today, I'm going to try this delicious lemon zest cake. But don't forget, you can get cupcakes and all sorts of other things. Here's our mini lemon zest cake. It looks like a bun cake. Now, the directions do tell you to let it thaw or defrost before eating, but I've absolutely eaten it frozen just like this. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. It's not very big, but it is delicious and filling.
In this video, I was taking a look at my very first month on the Nutrisystem plan. And coming up, I'm going to show you why I quit. Actually, let's go to that right now.
I do want to put a disclaimer out there right now that the contents inside this box, it's really disgusting. So if you don't want to see nastiness, well then fast forward through, stop watching. I just wanted you to know I'm going to open this in just a minute. It is gross. The bulk of my package was frozen foods. In fact, that's all I did, except I bought a few of these pizzas. And from when I opened this to the expiration date, it still had 3 months before it was supposed to have expired. But as you'll see in just a second, that's not the case. All right, let's open this up. What in the world? That's disgusting. That's what I'm talking about, and that's why I'm no longer using the Nutrisystem program. My thought is, your main job is food, and you sent me something like that? Nope, I can't do it anymore.
That was disgusting. It was all moldy. Now, I will say when I reached out to the company, they were very apologetic, and they offered to send me 1 free entree. I'm thinking, if you want me to stay on this program, you better send me a whole month's worth of food, because that has turned me off to the program altogether. Now, my second month had already been shipped by the time I opened this pizza box. So when I called to say, hey, listen, I'm canceling, they did try to convince me to stay. And I said, listen, my food was moldy. And then they stopped trying to convince me, and I was done with that. Moldy pizza aside, does the program work? Well, for an entire month, I followed the letter of the law to this program. I ate what I was supposed to eat. I drank my water. I entered the stuff in the app. I did everything I was supposed to do, and I lost 20 pounds. So yes, it does work. So if you end up finding food that works for you and there's none moldy, you never know. I just wanted to share my journey through the first month. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire 1 month review of the Nutrisystem plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link my original 1 week review right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at that video. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.